Hey everyone. There's an awesome Stoic quote by Marcus Aurelius that goes, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." And I love this because it's true. When we're younger and we deal with people we dislike and they do us wrong, we often feel this immediate desire to get revenge on them. We want to make them look as bad as they made us look, or we want to make them feel as bad as they made us feel. But that's often because when we're young, we have fragile egos. So the way they did us wrong immediately triggers us because it hurts our ego. So we want to cope by making them feel bad as well. But as you get older, you start to realize that one, getting revenge on everyone would be tricky, and also it could lead to very bad things. It could have dire consequences in some cases. So choosing revenge is often not the best thing to do. But two, you start to realize that a lot of these things aren't even worth your time. If somebody is so petty that they're constantly trying to find ways to bring you down, trying to get back at them is kind of a waste of your time, right? Because they're already petty. They have low character to them. They haven't really worked on themselves enough to rise above that desire to be whatever they are, whatever. I mean, if they're petty, they're probably not the best of people out there. So you often can kind of realize that you don't need to do anything to them. You don't need to get your revenge, because the best revenge really is for you to just be the better person, for you to just ignore them and to not let them faze you and just keep going, to keep making your life awesome, because it really isn't worth your time. And if you do want to get into the whole revenge dynamic, when you can ignore someone who's done you wrong and just continue on with your life and continue improving yourself, it is actually like a form of revenge, because that person who did you wrong is going to be kind of struck by the fact that you aren't having a reaction to them, that you're the better person than them. It's going to affect them. It's going to make them think, oh wow, this is weird. This person didn't react to what I did to them, and they're actually just continuing on with their life. Like, oh crap, like that's a form of revenge on its own, because it nullifies their actions. So yeah, really, when you get down to it, the best revenge is to just be the bigger person, to not let what they did affect you. And I really wish I had known this concept when I was younger, because I mean, for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know I was emotionally bullied when I was younger. I was really short, so I was an easy target. I was insecure as well, so yeah, I was an easy target. I was picked on quite a lot by people, and it happened enough where I thought revenge was a good thing. Like, I would try to find ways to get back at the people who bullied me back then. But it was difficult because, well, one, it's tough to get back at people who are bigger than you. And I mean, it's tough to even get back at people who are more popular and whatever, or quite often a lot of the bullies would act more secure in themselves, even though they actually weren't. They put on that appearance, so it would be hard to kind of make them look bad. And yes, it was difficult to try to get actual revenge when I was younger, but I tried it because I had a fragile ego, and them emotionally bullying me, I wanted to cope by getting actual revenge. But it never really worked, and the few times where I got close made me look absolutely horrible. So I learned that pursuing revenge is just a stupid thing. It really is. I mean, when you truly get down it, if I had just known what I know now back then, and just knew not to let their actions bother me, and to just basically let any words, or I was made fun of a lot, that was the bulk of it, so just to let their words just brush off me and not care at all, just like a water hitting a duck and just bouncing off its feathers. If I had acted in that way, they would have stopped, because they wouldn't have realized that their efforts were pointless, that it wasn't having an effect on me. But since I didn't have the knowledge I have now, and I tried to get revenge, and I would react and get flustered, of course they kept up their emotional bullying, because it put on a show for everyone around them, and it made them feel better about themselves because they were able to put me down and thus raise their own view in the eyes of everyone who witnessed it. So yeah, the best revenge is just to be better than these people. If somebody is constantly mistreating you or trying to make you look bad all the time, realize that this person is not a good person, because good people don't do that, right? They don't. So that's all you need to keep thinking of. Just keep reminding yourself, you don't need to do anything. This person is already dealing with the horrible punishment of being a bad person. You don't need to do anything. Just let them wallow in their own insecurities. And yeah, that's it. Like, you really don't need to do anything. And in some cases, I would say, if the person isn't just a complete a-hole by like who they are at the core, if there is some hope for them, you can try to help them, of course. You can try to be the bigger person to the extent that you try to ease their suffering, and maybe you can turn them from a bully into a friend. But like I said, you got to make sure that there is hope for them, because some people are just too far gone. Some people are just at the core a really hurt person, really insecure person. And those people, while there is probably some level of effort you could put in to save them, if you want to call it that, and make them somewhat better of a person, it would take so much effort that I don't really think it's worth it. It's not your job to save anyone. So yeah, I mean, use your own discretion on which people are worth that. I mean, if it's in the work environment, I would say you should probably try to help people, especially if they're adults. Like, if somebody's hurting inside and it's making them lash out at people, yeah, see what you can do to try to help them out. But if that person, if you can tell that this is just something about who they are at the core and they're just a mean person, probably don't want to waste any time doing that. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. Just realize the importance of not taking revenge on people. You rarely ever need to do that. I mean, yeah, you really don't. Just be the bigger person. Realize that other person has a ton of problems, and that's what made them act the way that they do. So you don't need to do anything. Like, they're already dealing with their own crap. That's your revenge, pretty much. That right there. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, like the video. That's the easiest way you can help me out. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any examples of this, any experiences where, yeah, you were bullied and you just didn't react and it made the bullies eventually stop because they realized they had no power over you, or whatever you'd like to share, whatever stories. But anyway, guys, remember, we're all on this journey together. So the most important thing is that you just keep going, keep moving forward, and keep working on yourself. Don't really get caught up by other people. Don't let their emotions don't get caught up in the whirlwind of other people's emotions. Because if somebody is trying to, or if they're acting in a way that makes you want to get revenge on them, you're basically getting caught up in their emotions. So just take a step back from the situation, just breathe deeply and slowly, and realize you don't need to do anything. And the best thing really is for you to just not react at all. Just keep going on with your life, keep improving yourself, and that's all the revenge you need. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!